Namaskar dear students. Today we are here to discuss about the mushroom, which is in Unit 3 of Science and Technology grade 9. Have you ever seen mushroom? Yes. And have you eaten? How is the taste? Very delicious. Yes. And have you seen mushroom growing somewhere? Where? In your field? And jungle too. Yeah. And nowadays it is growing on artificially, like on the some trunk of tree, and somewhere it is commercially cultivated in the, that is, straw of the paddy too. Yes, you have seen how they cultivate it. Okay, and what type of mushrooms you have seen? How many colors mushroom you have seen? Yes, there are various color mushroom. Have you seen green color mushroom? No. Other color you have seen? Orange color, white color, black color, red color. Yeah, the mushrooms are of various color, and they grow in the different places where there is organic matter. And in previous class we have discussed about the classification of living being, and all those organisms which do not have chlorophyll were kept in one kingdom. What was that? Yes, that was fungi. And do you remember any examples of fungi? Yes, mushroom, you remember. So today we are going to discuss about that mushroom. Once you see this slide, there are different types of mushroom are there. See, this is cream color where it is growing. See, there is some organic matter, that means parts of plants and animals which are decaying over there. And here on the trunk of tree, okay, here also another kind of mushroom. It is just like an umbrella, is it? And here these are growing on the soil which contain high rich humus, and here it is growing in the plastic bag where there is paddy straw is kept. So these all the mushrooms, common feature is, what is that? They do not have the chlorophyll, and they are growing in the dead and decaying organic matter, whether the dead bodies of the plants or dead bodies of the animals. And here it is mushroom, is it? This is mushroom. How is it? This is also no green color, yeah? It is creamish white color. And today we discussed about the fungi. Yes, here this mushroom belonging to fungi. And where does this mushroom grow? Just now I have shown some pictures, yeah, where those mushrooms were growing. Yes, where there is some moist condition, where there is rich amount of humus, that means dead and decaying matter, that is organic matter, whether plants or animals after decomposition. Okay. Next, why is mushroom in not green color? Why it is not in green color? Yes, chlorophyll is absent, even though it has cell wall, but it do not contain chlorophyll. It is eukaryotic and not having chlorophyll, having cell wall. So it belongs to fungi. And are all mushroom edible? No. You might have heard about the news. Sometimes people used to die by consuming some, that means jungle mushroom, jungly mushrooms, yeah. That means where it is, those are very poisonous also. some mushrooms which are growing on the forest or which are very poisonous. Those are very poisonous, they contain some poisonous substance. If we consume those mushroom, then we may die also. So, while consuming mushroom, we should be alert. Okay? Which are edible mushroom, those only we can eat. Non-edible mushroom we can't eat. And why people are cultivating mushroom nowadays? Yes, it is easy to cultivate. With very less cost also we can grow mushroom. It does not need very big place to grow also. And it is a source of income. People are growing mushroom, selling it, and they are earning their livelihood. So, for that purpose people are cultivating mushroom. And this mushroom is rich in protein, mineral, vitamins. So, people used to buy those mushrooms which are cultivated in the commercially in their field. So, it is benefited to consumers as well as it is also benefited to the producers who are producing mushroom. How is mushroom? What is the structure of mushroom? Have you ever seen mushroom? Yes, all of you have seen the mushroom. How is it? Okay, I have mushroom here. This is mushroom, is it? How is it? Can you differentiate into its different parts like other plants and animals? No. Can you? No. So, it has thallus body. Just like other fungi, it is also thalloid. Its body is undifferentiated and mainly its body is divided into two parts. One is fruiting body, another one is vegetative part. See here, in this we can see here this down part, which is generally it is, if it is growing inside in the soil, this part is inside the soil. Okay, this part is called vegetative part, and this upper part which is just above the soil, okay, this is called fruiting body. Okay, and this vegetative part is called mycelium. Okay, this vegetative part is called mycelium. This generally it is present inside the soil, but it is growing on the straw of the paddy. So, we can see this is straw which is growing inside it. Okay, this part is mycelium. This part is mycelium or the vegetative part of mushroom. From this mushroom grows, okay, in this way. Yes, you can see in this picture, see, inside the soil there is thin fibers like structures which is undifferentiated. This is mycelium or the vegetative part, and from this there is some fruiting bodies are growing. This fruiting body actually we called as a mushroom which we used to consume. Okay, and in this picture see, these are growing artificially in a plastic bag. Inside the plastic bag there is paddy straw which is sterilized and just packed inside the plastic, and from those these mushrooms, that means these fruiting bodies are coming out, and vegetative part is inside this plastic bag, just like in here. Okay, this mycelium or the vegetative part, what is the function of it? It used to absorb nutrients and water which is required for the mushroom from the dead and decaying organic matter. And after they get mature, they will produce the fruiting body. Just like this one is the fruiting body, and this fruiting body is the reproductive part of the mushroom. Okay, this vegetative part is inside the soil and the reproductive part is above the soil. Okay, and if we see the structure of the mushroom, what parts you see? See, in the fruiting body. See, downward, that is already we have known, that is mycelium, and in the mycelium, if we just tear it and see it, what you see? See, this mycelium is made up of thin filaments. These filaments, see how many pieces you can make it. These filaments are called hyphae. Okay, this group of, that means there are so many hyphae which combinedly form the mycelium. And from the mycelium, already I have told you, this fruiting body is growing, and the mushroom we call it as this fruiting body only we used to see. Yeah, this part is called, that is stalk. Okay, this stalk is called stipe. Okay, this one stem like structure, this is called stipe, and this umbrella like, this upper one umbrella like structure, this one is called pilus. Okay, this part is called pilus, and if we draw it, you can see here this umbrella like structure. See, this upper part is pilus, and this one is, this is stalk or the stem like structure, this is called stipe, and the thin plate like structure, just see under this pilus, if you observe here, what you see? There are thin plate like structures. See here, see how thin these thin parts, see, this one is here, it is very thin part, is it? These are just like a paper, thin papers. This is called gills. These all are gills. See here, these are gills. Okay, in the figure also, see, just lower surface of the pilus, you can see here thin plate like structure, very thin paper like. These are called gills. Okay, just umbrella like structure, pilus. Below that, just lower surface, we have seen here just now, I have shown you, see here, these are thin plate like structure. Yeah, these are the gills. Okay, and these gills are the actually reproductive organ, from where they used to produce basidiospores. Okay, from those gills, basidiospores are produced. Let's see the internal structure of gills. How to see? See, just what we do, we take this one gill, okay, and we keep this gill into the, suppose this is the thin paper like structure, we can't see directly into the microscope. Yeah, if we see like this, we can't observe anything. Okay, here we have to keep it inside the potato. Just we slice the potato, inside the two slides we keep this portion, only very thin portion, this portion inside the potato. Then we make very thin slices. Okay, very thin slices we have to take out, and those slices we keep on the slide. Then we observe under the microscope. When we observe under the microscope, we can see this structure. See here, this structure, when we observe under the microscope the transverse section of the gill, then we find three parts. That is the innermost part, that is strama, and just above that there are some irregular shaped cells, that is called subhymenium, and there are some balloon shaped cells which are in the outermost layer. This layer is called hymenium. So the gills we can divide, that means internal structure of gill is divided into three parts. What are those? That is innermost one, that is strama, and middle part, that is subhymenium, and the outermost which have balloon shaped cells, that is called hymenium. In this hymenium region, there are two types of cells. See, those which are larger one and which are able to produce basidiospores, those are called basidium, and there are very thin small cells, which are sterile, which cannot produce spores. Those are called paraphyses. Okay, and those which have those large cell and those are able to produce basidiospores, those are fertile one. Those are the actually reproductive cell of mushroom. Gills is the reproductive organ. Inside that there are various cells. Out of that, two parts, that means in the hymenium region there are two types of cell. What are those? One is basidium, another type is paraphysis. Basidium are the reproductive cell, these are fertile and they can produce the basidiospores. Let us see how do this basidium produce basidiospores. Okay. Just we discussed about the basidium which are balloon shape. Okay. These cells are somewhat balloon shape and these cells have two nuclei. One is plus strand nucleus and another one is minus strand nucleus. That is why this is called dikaryotic cell. Basidium is dikaryotic cell. What is this? This is the basidium. Okay. It has two type of what? Nucleus. One is plus strand nucleus, another one is minus strand nucleus. And these two nuclei, when this basidium get matured, these two nuclei fuse with each other and that is called karyogamy. What it is called? Karyogamy. That is fusion of nuclei. Okay. After fusion, it will form a diploid nucleus. See, there are two haploid nuclei. It is also N, it is also N, and it forms 2N number. That means double, both are fused together. At the same time, what happens? It used to produce some outgrowth, small finger like outgrowth. Okay, these finger like outgrowths are called sterigmata. Okay, sterigmata. What are these? Sterigmata. Okay. Now, this diploid nucleus undergoes meiosis division. This diploid nucleus undergoes meiosis division. This nucleus undergoes meiosis division, and when it undergoes meiosis division, it will form 4 haploid nucleus. 4 haploid nuclei. See, it undergoes meiosis division and it forms 4 haploid nuclei. Out of those, 2 are plus, 2 are minus strand. Again, it will form 4 nuclei having 2 plus strand, 2 minus strand. In the same time, here these are growing. This is sterigmata. Okay, and after this, what happens? This each nuclei enter into the each sterigmata in this way. Okay, in this way, this one nuclei enter into the each sterigmata. Then now after this nuclei enter into the sterigmata, it will be this that means sterigmata will turn into the basidiospores. It will produce the basidiospores. Now these are basidiospores. What are these? These are basidiospores. Okay, when this get matured, these basidiospores will fall into the soil. Okay, this will fall into the soil. These basidiospores, out of these also plus 2 plus strand, 2 minus strand basidiospores. These are falling on inside the soil. Now, these basidiospores will germinate into the primary mycelium when there is favorable condition. There is optimum temperature, moisture, humidity, everything is favorable. Then these basidiospores will grow into primary mycelium, okay, having single nucleus. See, that means one plus strand primary mycelium, one minus strand primary mycelium. These are primary mycelium. What are these? These are primary mycelium. Okay, in this way. Now, these primary mycelia will fuse together. These two come close to each other, just like here it will come close to each other like this, and they will fuse with each other like this. And after some time, that means this process is called plasmogamy. Plasmogamy. That means the cytoplasm is fused. Okay, like this. See, this is one primary mycelium, one is plus strand, one is minus strand. These two are coming together. Okay, like this. They are fusing like this. Okay, in this way they are fused together. And the middle part, that means cell wall which is present between these two, will disintegrate. Now, this will disintegrate and it form dikaryotic mycelium. See, dikaryotic mycelium which contain in the single cell there are two nuclei. Okay, like this. This is called secondary mycelium. What is this? This is secondary mycelium. Okay, it contains one plus strand, one minus strand, and when it get matured, it will produce small mushroom which is button stage. Okay, very small. See, like this, small mushroom. Yeah, this is very small one. No, it is very small, and later on this will grow into the big mushroom. Yeah, like this, big mushroom, and which contain gills, and from these gills already we have inside the gills what is there? There are basidium. In this way life cycle of mushroom also completed. See, once again, this is the mature fruiting body or the mushroom which contain gills. Inside the gills there is basidium. Inside that basidium there are two type of nuclei, that is heterokaryotic or dikaryotic, that is plus strand and minus strand. When they get matured, this fuse together, that means nuclei fuse together and form a diploid nucleus. That process is called karyogamy, and that diploid nucleus undergoes meiosis division and form 4 haploid nuclei having 2 plus strand, 2 minus strand. At the same time, stigmata are developed and each nuclei enter into those stigmata and produce 2 plus strand basidiospore, 2 minus strand basidiospore. Those will germinate into haploid primary mycelium. Okay, and both plus strand mycelium and minus strand mycelium fuse together, and the middle layer, that is cell wall, will disintegrate. Only cytoplasm will mix, no nucleus will be fused. They will remain as a dikaryotic, that means 2 separate nuclei in the single cell, that is called dikaryotic mycelium or the secondary mycelium or heterokaryotic mycelium, as it contains plus strand and minus strand. Then from this secondary mycelium, fruiting body will be produced. The small stage, that is called button stage, and that means that button stage will grow into a big mushroom. Okay, and in this way life cycle of mushroom is completed. And see, this is the complete. Simply you can remember only in the 4. That means what happens? That means in the 4 steps you can remember the life cycle of mushroom. How to recall those? Yes, dikaryotic mycelium produce fruiting body, which contain gills containing basidium. Basidium produce basidiospores. Basidiospores will fall in the soil and germinate into the primary mycelium. Two primary mycelium fuse together and form the secondary mycelium. From that again mushroom is produced. In this way you can remember, okay. And this is the life cycle of mushroom. Now what are the importance of mushroom? What importance do you find? Yes, is it important or not? How it is used, why it is used? If it is not important, why we having it as our food? See, even World Food Organization also give a very importance to the mushroom, and it is proved that it contains very high rich source of nutrients like minerals, vitamins, proteins, etc. And this mushroom contain high, that means rich source of protein as well as rich source of vitamin. What are the vitamins present in this mushroom? It contains like riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, thiamine, biotin, vitamin B12, etc. And it is also the rich source of mineral. It is also the rich source of mineral. What kind of minerals it contains? It contains potassium, sodium, phosphorus, calcium, copper, iron, etc., which are very essential for our body. Like iron mix, that means hemoglobin, or it makes our blood, it increase our blood, okay. And similarly sodium, potassium, which are very essential nutrients which increase our immunity power also, okay. And these are also used as a medicinal plant, that means medicinal use. Some disease like various kind of diseases, even high blood pressure, diabetic patients, even cancer patient can consume this mushroom. It is healthy to them. That means it provides various type of nutrients very easily. And it is also very important for the farmers who are cultivating it. It has the economic importance also. That means it also helps to grow crops as well as it increase the economic power of the persons. That means they can earn the livelihood. So these are the very important, and these mushrooms are very useful for the human being too. I hope students you have understood the structure of the mushroom, then life cycle, how the life cycle of mushroom is completed. Just we have seen, can you see this? See here, this is, once we revise it or recall it, the upper part this is called pilus and down part it is called stipe. Inside the pilus there are thin plate like structure, those are called gills, yeah, and gills contain basidium which produce basidiospores, and the life cycle start from the germination of the basidiospores, okay. And so after complete, that means they produce those fruiting bodies. Those fruiting bodies are very useful for us. They are providing us various kinds of protein, vitamins, minerals, etc. So now what we have learned, that we just check through certain questions, okay. What are those questions? Okay, first question. Why is mushroom called saprotrophic organism? Why is mushroom called saprotrophic organism? Can you say? Yeah, there are some and that means clues, alternatives are given. It cannot prepare its own food. It depends on the green plants for the food. It obtains food from dead and decaying organic matter. It absorbs ready-made food from other living organism. Which one is the correct answer? Can you guess? Yes, very good. Yeah, it is C, that is, as it obtain food from dead and decaying organic matter. It is called saprotrophic organism. Next one is, what are the main nutrients found in mushroom? Say mineral, vitamin, protein, sodium, carbohydrate, protein. Another one is amino acid, vitamin, protein, calcium, fat and mineral. Which one is the correct one? Okay, very good. Mineral, vitamin, protein. And next question, what is called to sterile cell present in hymenium of gills? In the hymenium, we have seen different type of cells, yeah. Those sterile cell which are present in the hymenium, what we call basidiospore, basidium, paraphysis, hyphae. Which one is the correct answer? Yes, paraphysis. Okay, paraphysis are the sterile which cannot produce basidiospores. Next, where does basidiospores form? Where? Basidium, paraphysis, hyphae, trama. Where it is formed? Yes, very good. It is formed in basidium. Today we discussed about the structure of mushroom, life cycle of mushroom and how it is important to human being. I hope all the students have understood very clearly. Thank you very much for active participation. Thank you.